All right. Hi, welcome to this video. So I'm going to be doing a flip through of my January junk journal, daily creative journal, whatever you want to call it. I think of this as a junk journal because I do use some junky things in here. But really, this is just a daily log of my life in January of this year. Okay. So I guess I'll start with the cover. This cover is very heavily inspired by Leah's style from Thrifty Day. She did a tutorial or a short, I can't remember, where she used this like hard craft cardstock to make a little journal. And so I did the same thing, and then I chose to use an image from an old Animal Crossing calendar that I had. I love Animal Crossing, so this was the image from January of that old calendar, and I decided I wanted to cut it out and use that as my cover. Something that Leah does on a lot of her journals is that she has like a little, she has a central image and then she borders it with this rickrack. So that's kind of where I got the inspiration for that. And then I have some layered fabric on here for the spine. And then I used book pages from Make Way for Ducklings, a copy of it that I found at Goodwill. So I thought that was very fitting because Molly, this Animal Crossing villager, is a duck and she's just so cute. So to me, this encompassed the feeling of January, just being cozy in the cold, staying inside, reading a book. So that was the inspiration for the cover. Okay. All right. So inside, okay, this is the first time that I've really done, I guess apart from a December daily, this is the first time that I've tried journaling every day of the month. It was really hard. Yeah. I kind of did a little bit of collage work inside the cover. Mostly I just wanted to use up some of the stickers that I had and some little bits of collage papers. So that's what I did there. As you'll see, the first, about like maybe the first week of this daily style of journaling, I really struggled. Here I have mostly just writing. On the back, I have a receipt, a picture, and some stickers. Hi, Daisy. But this isn't totally my style. I think my style is it's a lot busier. And so this just felt very naked to me. And I don't know. This was just I'm trying it out. This was a little trial for me to see if I could really do the daily journaling. Okay, so here's a little bit more. Incorporated some of my usual methods of doing little pockets and tuck spots. For Christmas, I got one of these little label makers, so I was really excited to use that. I'm not going to talk through the details of every single page. Oh my goodness. Hi, girl. I just kind of want to show you, just flip through. So I have a book club with my cousins and my tias. So this was book club / birthday celebration for my cousin. I met with an old friend. So a receipt from getting lunch. And then I had this old Polaroid of us at our graduation, so I stuck that in there as well. We were getting ready to come back to school, so wrote a little bit about that. 6th, nothing. 7th, again, very bare. This is not usual for me. Oh gosh, this is about to fall over. So I was just really, really struggling through this, guys. Again, struggle. Okay, and then around here, I kind of had some waves of inspiration. I went with a friend to this like art supply resale store called Texas Art Asylum, and it is my new favorite place. It's amazing. I found a lot of these. I found that wallpaper. This was from a pack of vintage card fronts that I found. I found these vintage playing cards. And then these are just some pictures from my time there. Struggle. I did get to use some of my cute stickers, but I did not even finish journaling about that day. Here I tipped in a pretty card because it was relevant to something we were reading in class that day. I'm a 6th grade English teacher, so I journal a lot about my experiences. What does this say? Your kindness and compassion are blessings to the world. Okay. This is me on a typical day as a 6th grade English teacher. And I think this was a fortune that I got from one of my coworkers, fortune cookies that she had at lunch that day. So I did not journal about that day. I just never went back, and then eventually I forgot what happened that day. So moving on. Same thing here. Love Sarah Anderson. I had one of her old planners, and I had these leftover stickers, so I put these in here. I think I have this here because I picked out my book of the month book that day. Yeah, I did not journal about it again. Okay. Now, at this point, this I feel like is where I kind of got into a groove. I ended up taking my journal with me to a coffee shop with my husband, Robbie, and I just sat and I only used the things that I brought with me, which was a really, really nice and fun exercise. Gosh, Daisy. Oh my God. This is a mess. Okay, so here is my Daisy, who I have journaled about on this page because she got spayed. This month. So I journaled a little bit about that. Here are some pictures of her. She was so unhappy when we picked her up. Poor baby girl. She was screaming and crying and just making noises that I have never heard her make before. Here's her with her cone, which I'm pretty sure we had. We did not have on her correctly. We had it definitely inside out. So she was not very happy with us. Understandably so. Journaled about another day there. This spread I really, really like. I also did this one while I was sitting there in the coffee shop. Just using, again, what I had taken with me. I am really... Hi, girl. I'm really bad at making decisions. I am very indecisive. And so when I have just like a ton of my journal supplies around me at home, I get kind of paralyzed, and it's hard for me to make any kind of decision on what I want my spread to look like. So this was really freeing for me. This was a really great exercise. Just limiting the amount of things that I had to choose from. And then I put the sticker here. Frieren is an amazing anime that I absolutely love and adore. It gives me all the feels and makes me cry almost every episode that comes out. So it came back on this day. Oh my God. All right, and then this was the last spread that I did in the coffee shop. Man, I got a lot done in that coffee shop. I journaled more about the Texas Art Asylum. I actually went back and I spent even more time there, just perusing and digging through things, and it was really great. This day I left blank, and that's okay. Here I'm journaling about journaling in a coffee shop, that coffee shop that I did all these other spreads in. Blank. And then more journaling here. These are some of the things that I'm using for my my February spread, or sorry, my February journal. which I will do a flip through of. This was a fun one. I really liked this one. This one came together super quickly. Again, I was just using a very limited supply of my things. Scraps, leftover stickers. This, I was just testing out stamps on old book pages, so I cut that out and put that on there. That was really fun. I journaled a little bit about the freeze. This was Daisy. Daisy does not like it when I journal because I'm not paying attention to her, so she just kind of puts herself in the middle of all my shiz. All right. A little journaling on this card. And I tuck it in here. This is blank. That's okay. Here on this day, I'm pretty sure this was the day before I had to go back to school. We had the Monday of that week canceled because of the ice, or the ice storm or whatever, the freeze. So I decorated it this way because I was applying to jobs, and the idea of applying to new jobs is frightening, and it scares me, and I hate it. So I thought this was very fitting, just as encouragement to myself. It's a really hard process. I have a lot of imposter syndrome, as a lot of people struggle with, I'm sure. And I just needed to give myself some affirmations that I am worthy of getting interviews and hopefully potentially landing another job in the future. Blank. Which is actually okay because I really love this image from a book page. I think this is Madeline. And it was kind of fitting because we had that whole winter freeze. So you know what? I'm okay that is blank. All right, here I'm journaling about a really hard day. I just came home and felt like using stickers. My Pipsticks subscription package had come in the mail, so I just decided to pull them out and start slapping them down on the page. I don't really have any other decoration apart from the stickers, so I just felt like using stickers because I was really down that day. All right, and then this brings us to the end, so January 30th. This was a Friday. Yeah, this was a Friday, and after work, I went down to the little craft place. It's a really awesome stationery store in Houston, and I just wanted to treat myself because it had been such a horrible week at school, that I just wanted to browse stationery items and just treat myself to a couple of new things. So this page is made from the stamps. They had some stamps there that you could just stamp onto paper while you were checking out. And then this paper, this was from a paper pad that I ended up buying there. This was from a washi tape that I bought, a little bit of ephemera. It was great. I love that store. It's probably a good thing that I don't live very close to it. That would be very bad for my wallet. Yeah, and I love how this came out. It's super funky, super fun, bright and colorful. And it came together pretty quickly, which is awesome. I did this on the couch in my living room. And it was just really fun. And then this is my last spread. I don't really like it, but it just feels kind of naked to me, especially over here. I didn't want to completely cover up the receipts that I had from the day, but I wrapped up my January by going on a little solo adventure to an antique store called Cherry Street Antiques. And I also treated myself to some coffee here at Honor Society Coffee. And I did a whole bunch of journaling over here. It's kind of hard to see, but I used scraps and some stickers that I had in my little condensed journaling supplies that I had been pulling from throughout this entire month. So yeah, and then a couple of new things. I got this washi and these girl stickers from a little craft place. Some of you might be familiar with the artist. I think it's La Dolce Vita. She has these tins. So tins with beautiful illustrations of girls in a whole bunch of different outfits, doing different things. And yeah, I love her style, love her art, or their art. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm planning on continuing this whole daily journaling system, mostly because I think what I really like about it is that I have the opportunity to switch up my journal a lot more often. I get tired of journals really quickly, and so I have a lot of unfinished journals just because I was ready to make a new one and like start in a different one, which is fine. Like, that's okay. You don't have to completely finish or fill out a journal before you decide to move on to another one. But yeah, this is my January journal. I really enjoyed it. And I'm excited to fill out my February daily journal. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.